Welcome once again to Spotlight Indian River. I'm so happy that you joined us, and we have some guests today that have a very interesting topic, a topic that will enlighten as well as inform you of what their goals and aspirations are for the future for this organization. I just want to take this time now and just introduce them to you. First, Ms. Terry Bagley, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
And Minister Edward Spencer, thank you for being on the show.
Happy to be here.
We've been talking about this for a while, coming on the show and sharing ideas. Now it's finally happening. It's your 15 minutes of fame to get that word out there and let people know that what we're doing here is not going to happen on its own, that you're going to take mature, serious, responsible adults to serve as that role models of this group that I'm talking about. And the group, I'll go ahead and let you know who that group is. That group is the Gifford Youth Little League. You thought I was going to say Gifford Youth Achievements, and I didn't have food you that time. But it's a Gifford Youth Little League, and this Little League is a baseball team, correct?
Right.
Now, give me a little historical background about this Gifford Youth Little League, a little history.
Well, it's been going on since about 1989, 1990.
Okay.
And we've been trying to pull youths out of our community, use baseball as a tool, because Gifford Youth Little League is giving youth life lessons. So we try to use that tool to, baseball as a tool to bring them, to teach them some things, on life and how to.
I like that, giving youth life lesson, and so to show you that Gifford Youth Little League not only stands for that, but it stands for a more important factor, which is giving youth life lesson. Some of those life lessons I'm sure you can elaborate on a little bit later on, but think about some of those life lessons that you shared, things that these youth may not otherwise either get enough of, in some instances don't get any of. We have to understand the climate that we're living in today, when a single mom trying to raise kids, put food on the table. It's not like when you and I, we grew up, we had mom and dad to help to guide us and give us direction, not taking anything away from the single moms, but they need our supplemental help, if you will, and it's very important that we realize that they need our help. So I'm gonna put a little circle around that, giving youth life lessons, because I want to come back to that and talk more about that cliche. That's a great comment. I like that. It's very positive. Are you officers? Are you two officers?
Yes. We're I'm the president, and he's just been nominated the vice president of the league.
So you're the person who heads this ship.
Yes.
And to guide it through these treacherous waters.
Exactly.
And I know it's not always an easy job.
Not always an easy sail,
but you have to have the passion that calls you to maintain and retain.
Persevere.
Exactly. So it's very important that you help a person and persons in those leadership positions to make sure that people know that we know where we're going. It may be difficult sometimes, but the thing about it, we will succeed as long as we keep our mission ahead. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and talk more about this Gifford Youth Little League and how it's making a difference in the Gifford community and Indian River County as a whole. I often say you can't make a difference in one part of Indian River County that doesn't affect the whole county. So we're affecting the whole county. So we're going to take a station break, and we're going to come right back after these messages. Stay tuned.
During the course of the past 100 years, advancements in technology have dramatically changed forever the manner in which people worldwide interact and now connect and communicate with one another. Welcome, Buzz TV.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or even death. Call Jacoby & Myers today. You may be entitled to compensation. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled.
Please call 800-378-0160.
We're back once again, and I tell you, I'm getting excited. Take me out to the ball game. I'm just happy to see that we have individuals who still see baseball as not just a sport, but also a medium, a mechanism, a tool that can be used to nurture and guide young men and young women too.
Yes, that's right.
That's right, to further and higher heights. As we talked in the last segment one, we said that the slogan that you have is so captivating. It's so refreshing to hear that it stands also, the GYLL stands for Giving Youth Life Lessons. Talk a little bit more about some of the lessons these youth, I know you have a lot of them, give me about 2 or 3 of them that we can show that this is what we are doing when we run these kids through this beautiful service. And I hate to say program, because program like you programming them while they're in front of you,
right.
but when they get from around you, they do what they want to do.
Right.
No, but lessons and services is embedded into their psyche, so that later on when they are not around you, they'll say, I remember Minister Spencer, I remember Miss Bagley said this or did this or taught me that. Talk about a couple of those life learning lessons.
So we have respect and teamwork. You know, some of the top categories we like to work, and we try to instill Christian principles in there, giving them Bible verses.
Okay.
And prayers.
Prayer.
Okay, but you said the first big word was respect. That is a key monumental component.
Yeah, right.
That you have to have respect, not only for the adults, but for their peers.
For themselves also.
It starts there, doesn't it? But how do you teach them that this respect starts with themselves? What do you say to them? What do you use as an example? What do you do?
I think first teaching them by our conduct and the way we carry ourselves is how it's not what you say, it's what you do. So it's very important that we lead by example.
Role models
to them. That's what we try to be, positive role models.
That is so great, because I remember the old days when I was coming up, some people sit and tell you, especially grown ups, they'll tell a child, say, you do what I say do, not what I do.
That's right.
That doesn't stand these days.
No.
Because these young people look at you and say, well, you did it. So I'm going to do it.
And they never forget.
They never forget.
No.
They are great discerners of character. They can tell whether or not what you're saying you mean and you practice, rather than you just giving a bunch of words. So that respect is very, very, very important.
And that was the next one I was going to say, character.
Okay.
You have to build on your character, because your characters justify your actions.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then it's an ongoing thing. So if you don't care about or respect what you look like or how you act or whatever, no one else is, Well,
it's sort of like character has two faces. Like a coin has two sides.
Exactly.
It could be positive characters or it could be negative character. And whichever one you paint is the one that person sees. You don't say that I call you and I put you in a category. No. Your character placed you there. If you come in with a nice attitude and you're happy and smiling and respectful and team player and everything, they elevate you and look up to you. But if you come in and do the opposite, they tear you down. It's a question that was often asked of individuals. Say, are you a drawer or you're a driver? Do you draw people to you or do you drive people away?
Or you're a leader or a follower.
There you go. We're going to take another break and come back and talk more, because I'm excited. I'm excited for you, for what you're doing, and sacrificing your time to come out and work with these young people to help them to be the best that they can be.
Right.
We're going to take another break, and we're going to come back and talk more about this great endeavor called the Gifted Youth Little League. Stay tuned.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics, across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
For more than 30 years, Bay Street Pharmacy has been your neighborhood pharmacy and one-stop healthcare center, offering prompt personal service, home delivery, and a dedicated staff that treats our customers like family with care and compassion. Bay Street Pharmacy, where caring people care for you.
Welcome once again to Spotlight in the River. And as you all often recall, this show is predicated upon one principle. How can we highlight great things, good things, positive things that are happening here in Indian River County? And I have a prime example of one of those positive endeavors right here through the Gifford Youth Little League team and their representative. Again, I have with me Minister Edward Spencer and Ms. Terry Bagley. So again, I just want to say how pleased I am that you took time to come and sit on this show and talk more about the Gifford Youth Little League, because many times people just throw sports into one hamper. Say all they do is play baseball, all they do is play football, all they do is play soccer or whatever it may be. But here they're seeing that, yes, that's something that the kids are drawn to, but once they get here, they're going to get some substance.
Right, exactly.
It's very important. And substance is not like ice. Ice does what? It melts and goes away.
Right.
But substance is something solid that they can take with them and grow on. Foundation. You mentioned a couple of, Ms. Terry, here you mentioned about respect, and you were just talking about character, how it's important a person to have that character. Give me one more component, because I see another one. It starts with a T, and that you mentioned that one too.
Teamwork.
That's right.
Yeah.
I often say it's take teamwork to make the dream work.
That's right, exactly.
So how does this teamwork concept come into play?
Well, I think another thing, we teach them how to get along, and in this day's time, it's hard to get along. It's hard to agree with each other. So we try to teach them how to agree to disagree, if you understand what I'm saying.
I got you.
You don't have to fall out with a person because we don't have the same. We're not saying the same thing, but we got the same goal. And we try to teach them that, because it's hard. If you're not taught, if they're not taught that, they don't understand that everybody don't have the same opinion. If somebody's not agreeing with you, it doesn't mean that they're against you.
Exactly. And that's a very important point. But again, that particular ingredient, if I can call it that, that's to me a very important ingredient, goes to adults, showing that they can what? Get along.
Yeah.
Because those little children are just like human sponges. And what does a sponge do?
It absorbs everything.
Absorb, suck it up quick, fast, in a hurry, and squeeze it back out to you. Now, I never forget on television, I saw this commercial where this kid was being chastised by his dad in his bedroom, saying, "Where did you learn that? Where did you learn to smoke marijuana?" And he looked up to him and said, "I got it from you."
Exactly.
And that's a very important point, that if you want a child to absorb positive things, then you, through your teamwork experience, through your being a part of a team, show that I don't have to win all the time.
Exactly.
And how important is that?
It's one of the most important components of this for us to get along, because like you say, it goes beyond when we can teach them to do that, and they go home and they have little brothers and sisters, they can share them. So it goes beyond the field. It goes into houses, in the communities, and what we're doing. And one more thing that we deal with, and it's hard, people don't grasp it as much anymore, is discipline. We also deal with discipline. We have rules and regulations,
I want to talk more about that, because I was heading that way. You turned the corner already, which is great. That's where I was going. So I'm going to take another station break and come back and talk more about that. We're going to take another break. Grab a glass of water, whatever you have to get, and come back. We'll be right back.
Join Marshall Littlejohn nightly at 5 and 9 on VeroBuzzTV.com.
If you or someone you love is suffering from addiction to drugs or alcohol, National Rehab Recovery has an important message for you. Each year, we lose hundreds of thousands of our family members and loved ones to drug and alcohol-induced causes. If you have insurance or the ability to pay for 30 days of treatment, National Rehab Recovery can change your life. Medicare and Medicaid are not accepted at this time. The call and confidential consultation is free.
1-800-577-5446.
We were talking about teamwork, making the dream work. And Minister Spencer had a point. Let's go right back to your point and continue to talk about what we were saying.
Well, I was talking about discipline, and a lot of times when we get these kids, the kids come, they had no single family homes, and it's strange to them when you tell them to stop or to not do certain things. So we trying to instill that into them also, you know, that it's okay to be disciplined. Discipline is good, because if you don't have rules, well, you know, you can end up some places where you don't want to.
So you're giving them direction. And you're right, you hit a very important point too. Too many times we assume that child has been given direction all their lives. When we talked about earlier how that parent has to work 2 or 3 jobs, and Junebug, who's 11, had to grow up and be a man right at that age. So he's not used to anybody telling him what to do. He was used to doing what? Telling his little siblings what to do. His 6-year-old or 5-year-old saying, it's time for you to eat your breakfast, it's time for you to put the dishes in there, it's time for us to do such and such a thing, it's time for us to take the nap. So he's used to doing what? Giving orders and giving direction and not taking them. So you have to keep that in mind. So that's very important. I also talk about this direction because direction is the key. When they can go through a whole service in your program, learning, okay, you're first baseman, you do XYZ in this position, you're a third baseman, you do XYZ, you're a shortstop, you're a second base. All those positions have different assignments. And so, believe it or not, those assignments you give on the field, as you say, will later become into life assignments. Because you got life assignments on the field, now you work at one of the factories or restaurants or law firms, wherever you work. What are you going to have there? Directions and assignments.
Exactly.
So when you give these assignments, have you had a child that say, I can do 2 assignments? Shortstop, good shortstop.
We have multiple positions. Some of them play or whatever.
Okay. How did that affect the other kids when they see Johnny play shortstop and he's a pitcher? Do it bother them?
We want it to be a motivative tool. If he can do it, I can do it too.
Exactly.
We don't want it to be a jealous thing. Oh, why are you letting him do it? No, he's doing it because of his actions and what he's, you know, because some come out lackadaisical and some come out hungry, and you know what I mean, and we want each individual to come out chasing their dreams, chasing their
so you teach if you see him do it, put your best
you can do it. What as I said, if you do your best, God will do the rest. You can do anything that you put your mind to.
That's it.
Don't never let no one tell you you can't do anything.
You guys teach some great lessons out there. I tell you,
I mean, and it's just to keep them focusing on a correct path, because there are different paths they can all go down.
Now tell me about this biggie, and we got 1 minute before we take a break, but I want to squeeze this in real quick. How can we get the attitude of that child and the coach, everybody on that team, to realize you're not going to win every time? There's some losses going to come. And I want you to think about that and ponder on that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about how do you accept, you know, sometimes you lose a game, sometimes you lose a player. What do you do in those instances? How do you regroup and come back out, charge it again? So we're going to take a break and talk more about how to take that loss and strive and use it as a stepping stone and not as a stumbling block in your life, okay? So you too, viewing audience, we want you to think about it too. What do you do when you lose in a certain circumstance? Do you give up, or do you come back prepared to go further? Tell me when we come back. Stay tuned.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom, where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday, for all of your furniture needs.
Have you or a loved one been prescribed the blood thinner medication Xarelto? Xarelto has been linked to serious injuries, including internal bleeding of the brain or gastrointestinal system, cerebral hemorrhage, and even death. At the law offices of Jacoby & Myers, we've been bringing compassion and experience to our clients for over 40 years. Jacoby & Myers is now taking claims from those injured as a result of taking Xarelto. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled.
Please call 800-536-6093.
As I often say, time flies when you're having fun. And I'm having fun on a serious note. Who says you can't have fun even in serious situations? You can bring up topics that bring joy to your heart, make you smile on the inside. And that's the same thing what Terry and Minister Spencer is doing, placing energy and emphasis on how to achieve things even when you don't win in every circumstance. And we were talking about that. How do you lay that down as plain as you can with the children to let them know that you still can succeed even though you didn't win the last game? What do you do? What do you say?
Well, I think you have to understand what winning is. You know, winning for us is not, don't really categorized for as the game per se. But even if you lose the game, there's components in that game that that you could win in. Just your sticking together. You might have lost the game, but we hung in there. You know, so that's winning also. You know, so it's different ways of looking at winning, and we try to teach them that, you know, not just because we haven't won the game, but look how far we done came. That's right. So we winning on that level too. We don't have to win just the game, you know what I mean? But if we just hang in there, we keep doing what we're supposed to do. It's the bigger picture. You know,
that is so great. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it brought a thought to my mind. Even though you don't win a game, and you may lose that particular component part of the game, that loss should not be pointed to any one individual.
That's right. That's right.
Not, I heard a guy on the back. Well, Kobe lost the game. Well, LeBron lost the game. No, they're only one person. We all a team. All of us have input.
And I think that's another thing. When you single out, you said Kobe singled out, but we try not to single out one individual. This is a team. We in this together, from the coaches to the fans. You know what I mean? To the concession, to the people. Everybody. We're all in this. We all got one goal, and it is success. So that's where we win at. We can't look at the small picture. We got to keep our eyes on the big picture.
And not only that, I've noticed a change in the last year or two being out there on the field, where the kids won and went further in the Tournament of Champions this year, and it built their confidence. You know, and it made them want to play better, and it made them want to win. That's great. You know, so those are all changes that you see when you're out there working with the kids, and then the smiles on their faces, whether they win or lose. You know,
that's beauty. That's beautiful. Those are life-building episodes. We're going to take another break, but before we do, I want you to just enlighten the viewer and the audience that the Gifford Youth Little League is a 501c3 organization, and as any other 501c3 nonprofit, they need funding. They do have a couple of sources when they get donations and some grants, but they still need funding to help these young kids who come from those single-parent homes to have funds to purchase the right equipment and have the monies to go on field trips to see other youth their own age do positive things. That's very important. They can see that others can do great things. They can too. So we'll take a break, but we're going to come back with their little short wish list of some things they would like to have in place to continue to build this great episode of learning. Stay tuned. We're going to come right back after these messages.
Join us for an adventure weekdays at 4:30 and 8:30 on Buzz TV Network. The fun is happening at Vero Social Club on North US 1, where friends meet for bingo every Tuesday and Thursday. Doors open at 10 with luncheon served, and the games begin at noon. Then Vero Social Club opens up the dance floor Thursday nights for social dancing, and weekends Vero Social Club heats up. Check the website for Latin night special events, and each Sunday dance to hip-hop all night long. Go to VeroSocialClub.com. Vero's #1 party destination. Vero Social Club, 7500 North US 1.
We're back once again with our guests from the Gifford Youth Little League. It is so good to have the information coming from the horse's mouth. I'm not from Freddie Woolfork, from outside sources, but from the officers here. We were alluding to the fact that monies are necessary, but I want to flip back to Minister Spencer and let him continue to tell me off the air. We were talking about how those funds are dispersed. Let's talk about that.
Yes, we're not like other leagues. We don't, some of the kids that we deal with is less fortunate. So all the funding that we get, we put back into shoes, pants, shirts, hats. And at the end, sometimes we don't have anything because we done bought everything. When you got 70 kids sometimes, and you got to buy all those uniforms and T-shirts and hats, socks and things of that nature, we can sometimes not have anything. But before we charge them, we would rather for them to be players or the parents to volunteer and do some things in the concession stand or something like that.
What would you tell the viewing audience? Look at the camera and tell them what your short wish list is. What are you looking for?
Well, we definitely need children to participate in the program. It's basically, it's practically rent-free. We charge, if you can, pay $25. If not, we ask you to volunteer. But we need the participants, the players, and we need volunteers.
Okay. Now your concession stand, does those money also roll over in helping fund some of the things that you need?
During the season, the concession stands, once we open, we have to open up the concession with $500 to fill up everything.
Okay.
And as the proceeds come in from the sales, the food is, I guess, recycled back into the concession.
Okay.
Now, at the end of the season, there may be some funds left to start over.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything is basically donated to us,
Okay, tell me this now. I'm trying to get a picture of the whole scenario. You're looking for volunteers, but you really need some more youth to come out to get this great news about what you're providing. So again, to the viewing audience, this is a program, and how often do you meet your practices? You meet at Gifford Park, correct?
Yes.
So they're located at Gifford Park. They're on 43rd Avenue, right next to the Gifford Youth Achievement Center and the Gifford Swimming Pool. It's right in the west of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful park. And the great part about it, when you see young children and parents out, supporting their youth and youth enjoying the activities. Is there anything else that we missed that you really want to drive home as far as the viewing audience is concerned?
Just come out and practice. It's Monday through Thursday, 5:30 to 7.
Okay, just an hour and a half. Okay. Hour and a half, we need you to come out and support this great endeavor. We have other spotlight activities all over the county, but this is one I'm sure you really enjoy being a part of. So Terry and Minister Spencer, thank you so much for being on the show. You've been very informative, and I'm sure the viewing audience has also gathered a lot of great information. So thank you. And to you, our viewing audience, as I always say to you, you can either be a part of the problem or you can be a part of the solution. We want you to be a part of the solution. So come and join the Gifford Youth Little League and be a part of the solution of helping our children and families to be the best that they can be. So until next time, see you and encourage somebody along the way. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Jim. Together we are the Live Now real estate team at RE/MAX Associated Realty.
We know the Sebastian area real estate market very well, and we also know that buying or selling a home can be very serious business.
But together we can reduce the stress and even have fun in the process. Along with our hundreds of satisfied clients, we really want you to live now and be happy too.
Contact us at thelivenowteam.com.
See you soon.
What's on your website? Video is now essential to your brand, and Buzz TV can help your business website stand out. Buzz TV is a full-service video production company creating video to highlight what you do best, with service and product news and demos, video for the web, YouTube, Facebook, broadcast TV, and social media sharing. Email buzztvnetwork@gmail.com today. We look forward to hearing from you.